Okay guys, this is the tutorial for the mind map project. So this is also unit 3. This project comes right after the ice cream demo. So if you have not done the ice cream demo, I suggest closing out this video and going to do that one first. But if you did finish the ice cream demo and you have submitted it, you are in the right place. So we are going to go ahead and start with the mind map project. So we are going to start in Photopea, click New Project. All right, we're going to name this Mind Map and then your name. We're going to change this PX to IN. We're going to change the width to 8.5. The height is going to be 11. And the DPI is going to be 300. And once we have all of this set up, you can go ahead and click Create. Okay, now that we have our canvas, we're going to go ahead and look for our silhouette. So we're going to need a silhouette to start this. And you can find those on my website, which is on Google Classroom. So if you click my website, it will take you here. All right, here we go. We're going to go into the Digital Arts tab, and it is the third one down. It's the Ice Cream Demo / Mind Map tab. All right, unit 3. Here we go. Scroll past the ice cream demo, and it is right here. So you are going to choose silhouette that best describes you. I will choose this one. So I'm going to right-click, click Copy Image, go into Photopea, and click Edit, and then Paste. Okay, so I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to go ahead and click Edit, Free Transform, and I'm going to stretch this out as best I can without making it look like it's all weird and wonky looking. Okay, that works for me. And then once you're good, you can click Enter, and then you can move it around and center it as you need to. There we go. It's okay that there is some white background still here because we're going to put in a background that we find on Google later. So don't worry if you have a lot of white background. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, we need to fill this silhouette up with images, the images that describe us, images that we like, and we're going to find all of these on Google. So I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to click, I'm already in Google. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to find the images that I would like to use. So for the first image, I'm going to find a boxer dog because I have one and I love her. Go ahead and find an image. Now, when you find your images, they do not have to all have a white background. A white background is easier if you want to, use the magic wand and then you're able to take it out. But if it has a background, like if I wanted to use, let's see, if I wanted to use this one over here, this does not have a white background, that's okay. I can still use this. So for this project, you don't have to find ones that are white backgrounds. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to click on the image I like. You are going to copy it from the bigger image. So every time you click an image on Google, it gives you this bigger one on the side. You want to click on the big one. That way we don't, it's not as pixelated as the little one would be. So I'm going to right click copy image, go into Photopea, click edit, and then paste. And here I am. I need to zoom in because I cannot see. I need to move this around. I'm going to click edit, free transform. You don't want it to take up the entire face because remember you're choosing, you need at least 5 images. So you don't want to make it too big, but you don't want to make it too small. Let me see if I can fit it down here. I don't think so. So you're going to kind of, map this around. It's called the mind map. I'm going to tilt it a little bit so it fits in a little bit better. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, and once it's placed, you can click enter. Now, we are going to change the opacity of this image. So to do that, you're going to go to your layers panel, and we're going to see where it says opacity, where this is at 100, we're going to make it to 50. That way it's going to blend in with all of the other images. So once you make it at 50, now you can kind of see through where the rest of the face is. So what we're going to do is, to get rid of these lines, we're going to use our eraser tool, which is probably, if you right click on your brush tool, it's probably there. Mine's always behind my brush tool, but if you can't find it, just let me know. I'm going to click on my eraser tool. I'm going to make my eraser much, much bigger, and I'm using my bracket keys. The bracket keys are right, it's close to your backspace button. There's two. Or if you need help, you can always ask. So I'm going to only go over the spots that are like overflowing over the silhouette. So I'm going to use this very carefully. If you happen to erase too much and you erase in the black by accident, just undo, Control Z, and you'll be fine. I'm going to come over here. And if you need to adjust the size of your eraser to get into some of the littler sections, let's see, will I have to do that? I don't think so. Or if you have to zoom in, remember Control plus or Control minus, then you can really see the spots that you need to get. So I think I do need to make this a little bit smaller. And you want to take your time. There's no rush. But essentially, this is what we will be doing for the rest of our photos. I got this little bit right here that I take out. There we go. Okay, so that looks good to me. So I'm going to go back into my move tool so I don't erase anything else by accident. And I'm going to go back into Google. I'm going to find another image that describes me. So I also am Croatian, so I'm going to find a Croatian flag. Okay, so again, I'm going to look for an image that I like. It does not have to have a white background, but whatever I think this one's pretty good. I'll use this. Click on the big image, click copy, go back into Photopea, edit, paste. Okay, so now I have my second image. So what I want to do is I want to fill up the entire silhouette, which is this outline, with my images. So I don't want to leave a lot of black space. So kind of how you can see here, everything is overlapped. You can't really see a lot of black space in any of these. So that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to do edit, free transform. I'm going to kind of move this around. Where should I put this? I can put it down here. All right. Now again, since this is it's going to be covered up a little bit, it can only fit in the spots that my silhouette is. So some of it will be taken off. And as you can see, it kind of overlapped with my dog picture a little bit. So I think this is good for me. I'm going to click enter. And then opacity, again, at my layers panel, I'm going to change it to 50%. Okay. So it looks like that, a lot of it will be cut off, which is totally fine because you can still tell what this is. So take my eraser tool and I'm going to erase the outline a little bit, all the stuff that's overflowing. Okay. Now while you're erasing, again, if you mess up, you can just click Control Z to undo, Control Z as in zipper. And then you're going to want to just erase all along your silhouette as carefully as you can. Changing the size of the brush if you need to. This area is easier because there's no outline I have to follow. Okay. And again, this is going to cut off some of the image, which is okay. That's the whole point of the overlapping and the layering. You want to make it look like it's more artsy. It wouldn't be as good if it was just a bunch of little images and then a black background that would just they wouldn't look as good. So now I have these two images. So as you can see, oh, I think I messed up a little bit there. I have to go back in, and I missed a spot. So I'm going to go back in with my eraser, get the spots that I missed, and there we go. Here's another one. Oh, okay, perfect. So these two are overlapping a little bit. This one goes on top of the dog, and some of it's cut off, but it still fits into the silhouette, so I think it looks pretty good. So we're going to do the exact same thing with, you need at least 5, so you can do more than 5. So if you can't fit, if 5 of them don't fit the whole thing, you can have 6, you can have 7, but you definitely need at least 5. So I'm going to go back in. I'm going to find another thing that I like. Oops. My Eagles logo. I apologize for all of you Giants fans out there. I am from Philly, so this is the new thing. Copy, edit, paste. This one does not come with a background, which is nice. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Edit, free transform. Again, I'm going to stretch it out, move it to where I need to move it. It's going to, it might overlap a little bit. And if you want to change the order, so like let's say I wanted the Eagles, what's this called? The Eagles logo to go on top of the dog layer, because I don't want the dog on top. I want the Eagles logo on top. I could just click and drag my layers. So if I wanted him to be on the top, I would move him to the top. And now you can see that he is on top. So I'm going to change my opacity to 50%. Take my eraser, erase the areas that are not on the silhouette, and there I go. So I'm going to go ahead and do this with a couple of more photos until I fill up my entire silhouette. So I'm going to pause while you guys work on yours, and I will show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, I'm not quite finished yet, but I just thought of something I wanted to let you guys know. So I had these this pair of shoes here, and the picture I found does have a white background, but I don't want it to have one. So if you find a picture that you like that does include a white background, you are more than welcome to use the magic wand. But all I'm saying is you don't have to just limit yourself to those types of pictures, but this is always an option for you to do as well. So I just wanted to let you know. So I'll be right back, almost done. Okay, guys, I have all my pictures finally down, but I just wanted to show you one more thing before I finish this one. So I have this paint palette on top of everything, but I feel like it's a little bit too big, and I don't necessarily want to put it behind my eagle because I feel like, I don't know, it might not look as good. So what I want to do is I can also take my eraser tool and I can turn the opacity way down to like 15%, and I can go over some of these layers and just, oh, I'm in the wrong layer, and it's able to kind of, only if I only wanted to fade out some of it. So I don't want to fade out this top part, but I do want to fade out a little bit of this bottom part. So if I take my eraser and I lower the opacity, I'm able to just select the areas that I do want to get rid of. And there we go. So that's just another fun trick. So I'm done over here. All my stuff is in place how I want it to. So the next thing that we're going to do is merge our layers. This is also a tool that we're going to be using in our independent project, so pay attention. We are going to, I have renamed all my layers. Not 100% necessary, it's just, it was easier for me to rename them. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is we're going to click on your top layer. You're going to hold down the shift key, and then you're going to start clicking on all of your layers. So you can kind of see right here that they turn a light gray. So as I'm holding the shift key, all my layers are being selected. I'm going to click all of them except for the background layer. And then once I have them all Sorry, it's my dog. Once I have them all highlighted, I'm going to click Control E as in egg. So now they all become one layer. So look at that. So I can move this whole thing as one. And I can't, this is, you only want to merge if you like are totally done and you want to make sure that you don't want to like move your individual pieces around. So I rename this just to map. So now I know this is just one layer. So what I'm going to do next is I am going to find a background image. I don't have anything particular in mind, so I just wrote down background image, but if you are like into sports and you want to do a baseball stadium background, go right ahead. Or if you like a rainbow background, I'm just going to pick one that, this one looks good. I'm just going to pick any. So that when you find the one that you like, I like this one better. You are going to right click, copy image, edit, paste, and then, where is it here? It's very tiny. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger by clicking edit, free transform. I want to stretch this over the entire thing. But this is our background. It's a little bit blurry, but hopefully that goes away. And once I did that, I click enter. And there we go. Okay, it's not as blurry, that's fine. And just like we did with the pizza project and the ice cream demo, I'm going to move my background layer behind my map. Oh, I think my map has a background that I wasn't aware of. So I'm going to use my magic wand. I'm going to take that out. Control X, Control D. And then once I get rid of that background, there we go. I'm all set. And then you're able to move if you want to try to center your head a little bit more. But that's it. That's the mind map project. So once you're finished, you can click File, Export as JPG, and then it'll save. And then you're going to go, zooms in, I don't know why. You're going to go right into Google Classroom and click Add or Create. And then I believe you click File and then you click Browse. I don't have the same screen that you guys have for that, so I'm not 100% sure. But you're able to find this in your files or in your Google Drive, so just make sure that you submit it, and then you are all set.